Yes, yeah. This is the task for part 1. You can snap a photo or screenshot whatnot. Right? I'm going to count until 5. Can you see? Yes, right? Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. Moving on to part 2. If you can't see part 2, please let me know. Can you see part 2 right now? Girls? Can you see part 2?
Yes,
Yes or
madam.
no?
No, madam.
Okay. Alright. So this is part 2. Please screenshot or snap a photo of it. I'm going to count until 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done, yeah? Right. Right. We are going to start with part 1. You are given 2 minutes to prepare your responses for part 1. Begin now.
Madam, just
Yeah?
now I didn't see part 1.
Huh? You
Part
didn't
1 I
see?
can't see.
What about now? Can you see
I
part 1?
only can see part 2 only.
Okay, right now can you see part 1?
No.
Okay. Because now I'm in part 1. Wait, yeah. Okay. This is part 1, right? You can see the screen clearly, right? Okay.
Okay.
So this is part 1. Okay. Okay, you can prepare your responses now. Okay, time's up. Candidate A, you may start your responses in 2 minutes.
Good evening to the examiner and other fellow candidates. The situation that I have been given is there are many types of sport and team sport and team sport is one of them. There is some benefit if we participating in team sport. Now I will talk about the benefit of joining team sport. When it comes to team sport, we already know that teamwork skill is a must to make sure when we go to a tournament, the uh, we will perform well um, when we in a match. Other than that, I think teamwork skill is for now I will give some example. For example, I will give for handball sport. We know that in handball sport is a team sport. So uh, we have in order to win a tournament, a match, we need to have a teamwork. We know in handball there is a time that we need to defend and there is a time we need to defend. So when
Okay, finish your
we
last line, candidate A.
in conclusion, I think developing teamwork skill uh, some is a benefit when we participating in team sport. Thank you.
All right, thank you, candidate A. Candidate B, you may start now in 2 minutes.
Hello and good evening to Elizabeth and fellow teammates. Today I would like to talk about how to improve social skills. Firstly, we can improve social skills by communicating using social media. There are a lot of social media available such as Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. We can interact with people outside of our country. Also by using these mediums, we can hold live sessions and have a one-to-one session with our friends. Secondly, we can also participate in a lot of social events such as seminar or motivation programs. A lot of people will attend the seminar and we can interact with them. We can also add our contact and be friends with a lot of people. Lastly, we can talk a lot during a group discussion. Uh, group discussion can be held among our friends and we can talk about any issue that are happening in our country. This can help us improving our social skills. We can also learn to be more open and interactive by group discussions. In conclusion, I think it is important to have a very good social skills. People will see us as a very interactive person and we can make a lot of friends. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, candidate B. Candidate C, you may start now in 2 minutes.
Good afternoon. I bid to the examiners and fellow candidates. There are many types of sport, and team sport is one of them. There are some benefits of participating in team sport, and one of them is it promotes discipline. The reason I say this is because many kind of sport they are played in a team. So when there is a team, there will be a leader and there are some followers. So for the follower, very important for them to follow the instruction given by the follower in order to in order for them to play the game smoothly and also successfully. By following the instruction, they can also win the game easily. In addition, there's also many rules that need to be obeyed by the player. For example, they should wear suitable attire during sport or during they playing the game. So by obeying this rule, it helps them to become a more disciplined person in their real life. Other than that, while playing in sport, there is also a coach that they need to follow so that they can play the game. So by listening to the coach what they are trying to tell you and trying to train you, so you're going to know what is uh, you need to do. So it helps you to become a more disciplined person and a better person. So in conclusion, I think that we need to participate in sport in order for us to promote discipline among us. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, candidate C. Candidate D, you may start your responses in 2 minutes.
A very good evening to the examiner and friends. The situation I have been given is benefits of participating in team sport in increasing self-esteem. Self-esteem is your overall opinion of yourself, how you feel about your ability and limitation. When you have health, when you have healthy self-esteem, you feel good about yourself and see yourself as deserving respect from others. For example, in a group of a team, the member of the group can encourage us to increase and gain our confidence on our abilities in sport. They can see how good you are when you are playing something. We can also train our talent com- when other see us and complaining about us. We have to put more trust in ourselves when we are doing something so that we can gain it in a good condition. The second example is when we are joining the when we are joining the when we are joining a tournament with our group, we can also increase our self-esteem to
Okay,
bring
finish your
our.
last line, candidate D.
In conclusion, self-esteem is important to ourselves for in ourselves when we are in a team sport. Thank you.
All right. We are going to move on to part two. You are given 3 minutes to prepare your responses for part two. Begin now. Okay, time's up. You can start your group discussion. Good luck.
Good, good afternoon to everyone. We are here to discuss about how to encourage students to participate in sport. I would like to start the discussion by saying that by organizing more sporting events, it helps to encourage students to participate in sport. Why I say so? This is because by organizing more sporting events, people are exposed to more sporting events frequently, so that by joining this kind of sporting event, it can promote their interest to sport and also attract them to join more this kind of activity. So they will gain benefit and advantages by joining. Do you agree with me?
I'm sorry, candidate C, but I am not agree with you because when the sport event is when because not all the student are participate in the sport event. Some student will think this sport event is not interesting and find other thing is more interesting to do. So I think this is not the best thing to encourage all the students to join in the sport. What do you think, candidate A?
I agree with candidate D. I would like to propose another point, which is I think uh, in, to encourage students to participate in sport is we have um, to let them know, let them see, for example, Olympic tournament on television. From there, they will see the athlete um, how the athlete participate in the tournament, and from that they can have a role model. For example, for squash sport, they can pick Dato Nicole David as their role model, and for badminton sport, Lee Chong Wei as their role model. What do you think?
I also agree with candidate A. We can also invite some of the famous athletes to encourage students to play sports, such as the schools can invite country can invite athletes that are playing for the states or the district to come to the schools and encourage the students to play some sports such as football or netball. The athletes can also uh, elaborate the importance of playing sports to the students. By doing this, the students are more interested to join the sports and probably become one of the athletes that will represent the country in international events. Uh, what do you think, candidate C?
I think what candidate B are trying to say is about helping more sport program, right? So I agree with you too. I think helping this kind of sport program is helpful to encourage students to participate in sport. It also helps them to fill up their free time so that they won't involve in other kind of activity that that are this that are not good for them. So um, do you have any other point? What about candidate D?
Uh, Actually, I agree with candidate A about the role model because when someone have the have a role model, they are playing with the courage to be the same level as them. Uh, so, what about you, candidate C? Do you not agree with the point about role model?
I'm partially agree with it because role model maybe for some of them it's meaningless to them. So maybe by using role model, it hardly can encourage all students to participate in sport. So I think that helping more sport program is the best way. What do you think, candidate A?
Um, I would like to add another point, which is I think fun physical education also can encourage students to participate in sport. We know that usually fun physical education will happen at school state. Um, so for to encourage the student, teacher need to develop interest toward the student. For example, teacher can make a small competition between a small group and another small group or among the student to encourage them having a desire to uh, become a winner. What do you think, candidate B?
I agree with candidate A. Also, during physical education, the students should be allowed to explore a lot of sports. Uh, for example, hockey is one of the sports that students are curious about. So, during the physical education, they can learn on how to play unfamiliar sport in school. Uh, this is because it is quite expensive to receive an intensive training outside of the school. What do you think, candidate D?
In my opinion, the point about recognition is also can encourage student in participate in sport when they have the when they get the medal or even a money when they are participate in sport, they will be more fun because it will worth it and their effort in winning will be more appreciated. So that they can be so that in other time they will participate more in sport so that they can get the recognition.
I think it's time to end up our discussion. Since we have a lot of idea contribute to this discussion, so it's very hard to decide which is the best way to encourage students. So in conclusion, the strategy that can encourage students to participate in sport is sport program, role model, fun physical education, and recognition. Thank you for contributing to this discussion. Thank you.
Hey, what's happening? Why your group discussion is very bad? My goodness, how come you have 4 points? You're supposed to change your perception. Huh? Hasha, Ilda, the two of you supposed to change your perception, you know. Aduh, why so bad? Aduh, I thought that you guys are going to present way better than before. Then how is it?